Hello people of the internet and welcome back my friends! Poppy Playtime is a horror puzzle game where you have to survive vengeful toys who are chasing you down an abandoned factory. A lot of big YouTubers such as PewDiePie and Markiplier have played the first chapter and named it one of the scariest games that recently came out. But why is it so scary? That's what we're discussing today. A lot of horror games and movies rely on monsters such as zombies, robots, and ghosts. Regular people, like you and I, are put into the situation where these monsters occur. André Loisel, who is a doctor in the Department of Theatre and Film, describes this as the degree of leadership. The monsters in movie and games threaten normality, where the normal or the regular people must take action to defeat the menace. In movies, the leader is usually the final girl. In Poppy Playtime, it's you. You are the leader in this situation because you are the only one who has to defeat Poppy. Monsters in horror movies and games tend to represent deep fears of society. For example, zombies or ghosts could represent our fear of death. If we reach a little, Poppy could represent our fear of growing up. However, I don't think anyone sees Poppy pop up and fear getting old. A monstrous toy could just be scary for the simple fact that toys aren't supposed to be alive in the first place. I mean, many of us were horrified after watching Toy Story, right? Or was that just me? A living toy could also be scary because toys are usually for children. Children's toys are supposed to be cute and fun, not chasing you down to your death. It's the opposite of what its purpose is. Just like with clowns, they're supposed to be funny and for kids, but give them a bloody knife and many people get terrified. It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's abnormal. I haven't played the game myself, but when watching other YouTubers play it, I noticed most of them thought it was quite boring or stale to begin with. Not much happens in the first few minutes of the game, until suddenly, you get jump scared. Jump scares are an easy way to frighten people. However, in my opinion, a lot of movie and game makers rely a little too much on jump scares. Therefore, they have to be done right. And Poppy Playtime does this perfectly. In movies, you can often expect a jump scare once the music dims down. The lead is all by themselves just walking around in a dark house. You can feel your body preparing itself to get scared. Poppy Playtime makes the player believe the game isn't so scary. The music is sinister from the very beginning, it's already dark as well, but in the first minutes, nothing happens. So as a player, the feeling of threat isn't really there anymore. Until this giant blue monster starts running towards you. Your body was not prepared for such a scary thing to happen. A perfect example of this is The Haunting of Hill House. During this show, there are no jump scares, so you don't expect any, until you watch the car scene in episode 8 and you nearly die of a heart attack. The show felt rather safe for the first 7 episodes, so you were not prepared to get scared. You didn't expect it to happen. A last aspect is the chase. Being chased is terrifying. But why? One of my own theories is that we get overwhelmed. When we enter a threatening situation, we have 3 possible reactions. We either fight, flight, or freeze. When seeing danger, just like in this game, we get an adrenaline rush. That's the jump scare, and we have to instantly make a decision what we're going to do. Our brain has to process the situation in a second in order for us to know how to respond accordingly. In this game, freezing is not an option, and we don't know if we can actually fight the monster head-on. Thus, fleeing is the only solution. So, due to all this adrenaline from the scare and the rush, we feel afraid and maybe even a little bit excited. In the game, you have to escape Poppy by crawling through some type of machine. The space is obviously very small, which plays into our fear of closed spaces, such as claustrophobia and our fear of not being able to escape. Especially once the lid falls down, you turn around and there is Poppy. Small spaces are scary for 2 reasons: the fear of suffocating and the fear of being restricted. People with claustrophobia oftentimes report that they think they will be trapped, so it may not necessarily be the fear of small places that's so scary, but what might happen in those spaces. Combine this with being chased and you have people at the edge of their seats. Being chased or being followed plays into those same fears. The fear of not knowing what the monster will do, the fear of not being able to escape, and again the adrenaline rush because it's all happening so incredibly fast. This combination is very well done. It's nice to see developers add so many aspects of fears into one game. It obviously works, and I'm very excited to see what else they have in store for us. With that said, thank you if you made it this far, and if you like these types of psychology videos, please press that subscribe button. Now, thank you so much for watching and have a very nice day. Bye bye!